should jump right over it. Oh, climb right over the infinity loop or the figure eight, whatever you want to call it, but everyone knew what it was, man. We used to drift through the little gaps here. Everyone was trying to get it perfect. Yo, you guys remember this being the first drift spot? Yo, what's good, family? Welcome back to another video. This is not your typical CPM1 video. This is us revisiting the OG days, man. Just look at that. This was peak back then, early 2020. COVID just dropped. You had to stay in your house. You hopped at CPM. Hey, a dude was skipping online classes for CPM. I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty. I was skipping online classes just to play CPM, and it was all day and all night, man. For real. We are gonna be looking back at what I can say the best aspects that make this version better than the one we have today. Not just, the nostalgia kicking in, but like for real. Not just the optimization and all of that, but there are some things that I just love more about this than what we have today. Because today we have customization and all of that over this version, newer cars and all of that. We definitely got those benefits for the new version, but what we don't have is what the OG had, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, before all of that, I gotta do the shout outs, can't forget those. So quick shout out to these awesome viewers and subscribers, people who stopped by to comment early. I really appreciate it. Always appreciate all that support you guys be putting in. Yeah, so if you want to appear in a future video as well, in a shout out, you just comment shout out down below. You can put your favorite car or something like that, or what video you'd like me to make, anything for a conversation. So yeah, thank you for all of those people once again. Shout out to them, and we're gonna get started with this. Let's dive right in. And I gotta start with one of my favorite things that I'm gonna demonstrate right here. And this is back then, the collision physics. It used to be way more fun than what we have today. Like, take this. I'm gonna spin the block right here. I'm gonna spin the block, and I'm gonna roll down right here, and I'm gonna just whack. You see that? Instant. We had instant collision, and if I whip it around and come around from the front, should jump right over it. Oh, climb right over, and the movement happens on my other phone as well. Here's a Lamborghini's me logged in on my other phone. So we had this going on in the old version, and new version now you just phase right through. What I think they should have done was added a toggle, like a button where you could switch to go passive, or if you want proper collision, because it would have been really cool if they worked on this. Like, imagine an improved version of real-time collisions, being able to see the cars flip, everything, multiplayer, just like that new racing mode in CPM2. It would have been like close to that level if they invested in it by now. Because in CPM2, the racing mode with the NPC cars, you get the real-time collisions. You don't get real-time damage like how you get right here. So even in that aspect, the OG CPM1 is still better. Even at cruising, even when I'm cruising, I can pit maneuver. And just to show as well, I'm gonna hit the BMW from the phone at the Lamborghini just to demonstrate the collision again. So run up, and you can see instantly able to have some collision there. I got everything to the max how it could have been back then, motion blur, all of that, and you guys can see we have almost basically zero lag. I'm not even gonna say almost, because I'm not lagging at all. It's probably just a screen recording that makes it look a little bit behind, even if it shows that way after. I don't know if it shows. It's probably smooth as hell in the recording, and I'm just, it's just a refresh rate probably I didn't turn up, but otherwise it is smooth. And the areas that we had, they were so much more alive. Like, look here, we got the trees and everything. It just looks more alive, more smooth. I like that. And I don't know if many of you guys remember, but we had the old docking area. I don't know if any of the new players recall this place, but we're gonna pull up there, and I'm gonna show you guys how we had it back then. This was also one of the favorite drift spots in the later stages before it got changed up to the new docks, which almost nobody uses. Almost nobody uses the new docks, and this was what the old docks was like. Perfect drift spot, simple layout. You enter from here, You go around, try to dodge the trailer back here, and it was so much fun. You go through here, it's so simple. I think that's what made it fun because it was so simple. Not a lot of clutter going on, not a lot of stuff blocking you. It was just a simple drift track that anyone could get into. And I remember we even used the tow trucks right here to jump up on the boat. It was fun back then too. Drifting and putting a tow truck right here. Someone would join the room with a tow truck, and everybody just try to hop on it and hop on the boat on that side. It was really fun back then, man. And back in the menu was also very simple as well. The drivers and all of that. We had even Paul Walker, man. We definitely have better customization now because we can make our custom characters to some extent. But back then, Paul Walker, we had this is either The Rock or Vin Diesel. I don't know who it is. It looks like The Rock though. We had the classic race driver suit. We even had Walter White. Is this Walter White down here? We had Walter White. And we had the police uniforms. All of that, all the OGs will remember all of this. And the other default characters, it was just simple times back then. One thing that hasn't changed much is upgrades. I can say that upgrades look almost exactly the same. This is the one thing I realized that didn't change. They probably changed the pictures of the engines for sure, but everything else looks the exact same. And tires back then, we didn't have off-road touring or sport tires. It was just the amount of grip you could put on your tires. And drifters used to use, just the lowest grip, and that was it. You would spin it, use your COG, and you would spin that. And then you had the rest of the upgrades. Everything else was just the same as how it is today. You guys can see nothing much change. And I wouldn't mind them changing that. I wouldn't mind them adding supercharger upgrades and all of that to new updates. But just to show you how back then, things used to be simpler and basically the same in that aspect. The only big thing CPM 2 beats it out on, and the later versions of CPM 1, is the new body kits and new cars and all of that customization. We didn't have crazy customization back then, but one thing for sure is we did have no coins to worry about. So everything was cash, game cash. You didn't have to worry about coins at all. You could decide if you wanted to buy all the cars. You could decide if you want to get money, but there was no crazy pop-ups in your face giving you real money deals and all of that. You just had the game money. Everything was simple back then. Even the old mountains map, man, even though they only recently changed it like last year, you see how unoptimized it is now? I mean, it looks really good. I gotta give him that. Mountains now look really good, but it was just so much smoother back in these days. I'm gonna just show you guys how the OG was. So this is the OG mountains, and it was just so much smoother back in these days. You didn't have to worry about any crazy lag or anything like that. Down here they had the burger. This was the spot. I remember we used to try to jump on the roof of the burger, the donut shop. I mean, they call it burger, but had a donut sign up there. I didn't realize that. So I'm not tripping. I know I saw the word burgers, but they got a donut sign up there. But yeah, we used to jump from the cliff and onto the roof of that. It used to be so fun. We used to speed from all the way back there and try to jump on the roof. It was a lot of fun too. We had the old houses back here. But the main thing about all of these maps is that they was just so smooth. Everyone with a low-end device, this was their savior. They didn't have to worry about coming to the new city or anything like that where they experience lag in multiplayer. They just pop out. I just got rear-ended by a fire truck. The hell, you gonna pay for that? Well, yeah, they didn't have to worry about lag once they came to the mountains and even the old desert. They didn't have to worry about that. And one thing, I'm gonna go to the desert. I'm gonna show you guys the one thing that old desert got over the current one. But down here as well, we had this spot. I forgot about here. This was one of the top meeting spots as well at the docks down here where they had the containers, the shipping containers back there. And this was where we'd meet up and park up in here, and everyone would drift in here as well. It was so cool back then. I did not realize that at first with the sky. Look at the background and all of that. Even though the place is empty, not a lot of cactus on all of those decorations and the new areas we got, it was just so much cleaner, man. The atmosphere was so clean. But yeah, here we go. Here's the train. We got the train. We couldn't hit it either way back then, but I hope they make the new one that they're gonna add because they got train tracks in desert, so they gotta have plans to add a new train there. I hope that train can hit us because it's gonna make for some funny videos, man. And I hope the train is updated to the multiplayer server as well, so everyone can see the train at the same place. That would be really cool. But yeah, see, we got the OG train right here, and we don't got no train in the new CPM, so it's already with it there. They did add the train back. So I'm gonna load into the night highway right here. Oh man, this used to be the spot for cruising. If I go on the inside, turn my lights on. If I go on the inside, you guys should be seeing the GTR logo there. It's kind of dark because of the nighttime. Let me see if I can adjust the position where it shows a bit clearer. There we go. Now you can see even a little lighting is looking better. We got the GTR logo on there. I know it's copyright now, but man, it just used to be so cool how you could even have a logo there. This should make us able to put vinyls just like the logo. They should make us able to do that these days. That would have been cool if they allowed us to do that. And they still haven't added the light, the dash light to the new update as well. It wasn't in this, but I'm just mentioning it because I want them to add it, the dash lights. But back then, the interior still used to look clean. It wasn't pixelated a lot or anything like that for cars like these, and it was just really clean, man. In recent versions, so as soon as I pull up here, it changed back to night, and there wasn't a lot of lagging going on when you were going to different areas. That's what I loved about this version. Not a lot of lag. So even when I'm going to load to the desert, you pull up to the desert down here and see the old racetrack is still here. They haven't updated the racetrack yet. I think it's the last map that got no changes, the racetracks, for recent versions. So they need to give us something new for there. So here we just smoothly load into the desert. No long stutter, no nothing like that, bro. No long stuttering. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, especially the new players seeing the OG version and how smooth it is. I'm playing on my phone, by the way. Not PC, nothing like that, no extra power, just simple days on the phone. So let me know what you guys think about it and what you miss the most about the OG days. Is it your friends? Because I know a lot of friends stopped playing CPM since they changed the OG. Is it the features, how smooth it was, the collisions, anything you want to say, man. And as always, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Like and subscribe.